Okay. All right. So you're going to take the 5 things and you're going to be specific about it. And you're going to do, okay, I'm going to be, thank you. And how you do it, you're going to present it in, it's going to have emotion in it. It's going to sound like it's present, like it's already happened, because we're going to call those things forth that be not as though they are. Okay. And it's going to be personal to you. So for instance, so I would say, thank you, God, that I am organized. I wake up every morning with clarity. I know how I'm going to start my day exactly like I want it, or not that wasn't present. Thank you that I start my day off with clarity. I know exactly what I'm doing today. Because I'm organized, I'm a better wife. I'm a better mom. You know, for me, I'm a better business owner because of it. And I'm excited, you know, to start my day. So that has emotions, that makes it present, and that's personal. Mm-hmm. So you can do that with some scriptures. You can do that just with what you're wanting. So for instance, I have one about having one date night a week with my husband because we don't do that on a continual basis. So that's just something I say, thank you that, you know, I am so excited that we go on one date night a week. And, you know, I just kind of go into all of that. And, and then you can record those on your phone, but that's 5 things. And then take in those visions, you know, get a vision board and print them out if you want, and glue them on the top of your journal, your pictures, so you can see them all the time. So that would be a good way to do it. And if you speak those 5 things in the morning and then at night, you know, how compared to somebody who writes their New Year's resolution one time compared to somebody who's going to speak it and see it every day, twice a day, you're going to be apt to do it more.
Right.
You know, one of yours might be that you want to get up and work out and enjoy it. That I enjoy working out. I enjoy taking care of my body and putting nutritional foods into my body. And so that actually changes us from the inside out, because as a man thinketh, so is he. So what we speak, you know, we create.
No, definitely.
And I know that sounds simple, but, and it's something that we can know, but until we do it and it becomes in here, it doesn't really change us. So knowledge is great, but doing it is what creates the change. And this is what's called change from the inside out. And it's going to help you to keep going. So let's just say in another week, you do everything right and you don't see any results. What you're going to say in your mind is, I may not see the results, but I know healing is happening. I know healing is going on in my body. I am not going to get discouraged. I'm going to keep going, because I want you to think of this as long-term for you. This is a lifestyle change. And if you can just think a year out with me, because this is what I do. I do a year out and think I can change in a year. A lot of times I get it done before a year.
Right.
It's just it helps me not give up.
Right, because if you have it too short term and then you don't see those, so in 2 months I'm going to, you know, do this and this and this. And then in 2 months, it's like, oh, well, I didn't do that. I failed again. Yes. So what's the point? Yes. I'm just not going to do it anymore.
And you didn't fail. So let's say, okay, so you have us for 8 weeks, right? But guess what? You're going to have all these recordings, and you can take these steps. You could do that program for 8 weeks and then watch these videos and keep going in steps. So you're done with 8 weeks. You're going to start over with these videos, and you're going to post in the Facebook group, Livy, I'm starting over again at week 1. You're going to hold yourself accountable to me in the Facebook group.
Right.
That's what you can do. Okay. And then guess what? You're helping the other moms, because they're seeing it, because they deal with it like you too. You're not the only one. Life happens, or they're getting frustrated, and it's because change hasn't happened on the inside out. Because how do you see yourself? Okay, how did you see yourself this morning?
Oh my goodness.
Ugly,
fat, just, that was like the biggest thing this morning. I thought, and it is in the morning. A lot of times it's in the morning, because it's like you get up and it's like I'm like, oh my goodness, it's it's this time, I've got to do this and this and this and this. And then when I get to school, I've got to do this, 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 this. I'm already behind. And, then I'm trying to get
So,
my daughter up, and it just is like, it's avalanche.
so you say, I get to get up in the morning. I don't have to. I
Right.
get to get up and I get to take care of my family.
Mm-hmm.
I get to get up and bless my daughter. It is a wonderful time together in the mornings. It's one of the most joyfulest times that we have in the morning together, communicating. I promise you this is going to change your atmosphere in your home, because you're going to change in here, and you have authority to speak things. Okay, God created us and gave us authority, and you have that authority and you get to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you get to get up and you get to work out. You get to get up and you get to be at work with those kids and be a blessing to them, because you don't know what you're doing and planting seeds in these little bitty kids' life. That who's going to water these? So it's a whole perspective and a mind shift change, because when we can think that way, it's just so much better, because you are where you are for a reason. God's put giftings and talents in you. You're a blessing to your family, and you have to believe that. You're a blessing to the people you go to work with, and but you have to believe that. And
Mm-hmm.
when you can get excited about it, that's when change starts happening. Because you can keep writing stuff on a to-do list and in a planner and be like, oh, okay, I did that. Okay, I did that. But until change starts in here, it's not going to matter. And the way change starts is our beliefs has to change, and our speech has to change, and then faith rises up because faith comes by hearing, right? It rises up in us. And so you'll get to walk that out, and you start speaking healing over your diastasis. That's what I say. That could be one of your 5 things, is
Mm-hmm.
you start thanking God that you are healed. Even if you don't see it, you say, I am healed. By your stripes, Jesus, I am healed. That's what your word says, and I am speaking that over this. Everything that I'm doing for my diastasis, it is being healed right now. This workout that this program that Olivia and Janine, they have together, this is what you've called me to, and I trust you that you're working through this to heal me. So these are the things that you say to yourself, instead of,
Right.
I'm not seeing anything.
Right. Well, and I have to, and I think that one of my biggest things is I've seen healing in my body.
Yes.
I've seen it like with my back surgery. I was back at work in 3 weeks, which they told me it was going to take me at least 8 to 12 weeks before I could go back to work. And
Yeah, I'm amazed by you with
I probably
saying
shouldn't have
not
been back to
pain.
work in 3 weeks, but
Mm-mm.
I was there. I mean, it was a little rough the first week, but I mean, I was out of the hospital, and like I went in on a Monday, I went home on Wednesday. So because when I got that diagnosis, I cried for 2 days, and then I said, I'm not crying anymore. And I started speaking those declarations of healing, and I was like, no, I'm going to be healed. The surgery is going to happen, and I'm going to be healed. It's going to be fast. It's not, I mean, I knew it was going to be some pain, but I mean, overall, I didn't have as much pain as they expected me to.
Yeah.
And here I am, it's May, I had it in December, and I don't really have any lingering effects from it. And so it's like, I've seen that healing, and if he can take that and heal me from that major back surgery in this amount of time, I know he can heal the diastasis, and I know he can heal the hernia. And people are like, oh, you need to have surgery for your hernia. I don't have to have surgery for it, because I
And
know
see,
it can be
know
healed.
that. You are a step ahead of some people. Now it's just speaking those things and believing it.
Right. And not getting
So,
discouraged.
yeah. And so I think, again, for your action steps would be, just write those 5 things down that I said,
Mm-hmm.
whatever that is. Make them personal, make them present, like they've already happened, and add emotion to it. And then add, something in it with thanking God about it. And so that's something you can do, and do it in the morning and at night. And if you need help, maybe at nighttime to help you in the mornings, maybe you already do this, lay your clothes out before work.
Mm-hmm.
Do like a 5 to 10 minute routine. Look at your to-do list for the next day. Lay your clothes out. They're done. They're laid out. Just anything that can help you, because your nighttime is going to determine what your morning is. What your morning is going to determine your day. And so that's going to be really important too. And yeah, So just don't let the enemy come in and say those things to you. They're going to do that, but he knows you're changing. And apparently you have faith, so he's scared of you. And he doesn't want you to change for the better. He wants to keep you right here so you can't walk in everything that God has for you and all the promises that God has for you. And if I don't know if you've ever had a word spoken over you, if you've had some scriptures that God's pointed out to you, but find a word and hang on to it that has been specifically for you. So you know, this is what God's promised me and this is what I'm going to have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
know?
definitely.
So that's what I think. I know you can do this. It's just, how do we change from the inside out? I don't know how, this type 1 right here, who is or that's a different personality thing, or ENFP, if you know what that is, or sanguine, or an I can be scattered and all over the place and have ideas, and if I can be organized, anybody can. But it has started with here, believing it and speaking it. And it's like, wow, I can do this. Like, I'm amazed sometimes, like that it started from the inside out. Seriously. and I'm not perfect. So maybe there's a little bit of stuff laid out or whatever, but I would rather sloppy success than not ever doing anything. And dream big, because you know, I think I heard Joyce Meyer, she used to say, you know, I'd rather dream big and hit half of it than dream little and hit all of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so just know that I really believe you're here for a purpose and for a reason, and that God's saying, this is the time, this is to change. This is it.
Yeah, I think it's time, and I'm tired of walking around in the desert.
Yeah.
I need to get out of the desert. It's time. I need to not be there anymore. And so,
right, you want your promised land, and
I want my promised land, you know, and
we
not
have to take it.
Yeah.
Did it get handed to them?
Oh, well, of course not. No.
There was giants.
Yeah.
So what in the world's your giant? You know, you got to get rid of the giant. But it's
I think my giant is myself, though.
Yeah, it definitely can be. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I think it's myself, because I am my own worst critic.
Yeah.
I'm very much a perfectionist. I want it to be, you know, and I'm not organized, and that's one of those things, like you're saying. So we're renting this house, and so I've been trying to go through all my teacher gear, and I have boxes. We've been here for 2 years. There still have not been. They've been unpacked, but not unpacked. Mm-hmm. And so we got word that the owners want to come by their house this week. So now we're scrambling to get everything put away, but I'm tired of throwing things in boxes and throwing them in the closet. I want it to be organized and say, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. It's like we're not messy, we're cluttered though. Mm-hmm. So I have a pile of papers here, and I have a pile of clothes here, and I have a pile, you know, over there, and it's like there's piles everywhere. And I come in the house and I look at piles, and it's so stressful.
And so see, and that's what I have discovered is, if my house is chaos, I'm chaos in here. Mm-hmm. And then I feel like I don't know where to start, and I'm paralyzed. Mm-hmm. And I can't do it. And so I'm the same. I can be messy, but I'm not messy anymore. That's what I say. I'm not messy anymore. And you just gotta have to, even if you have like, okay, so 5 minutes for the breathing homework, and I've got 10 minutes. I'm gonna go tackle that corner, and I'm gonna tackle that pile. Mm-hmm. And then you'll have a place for it, you know. There's just something that happens when you believe all these things that God wants for you. Like, you literally believe who you are and whose you are, and you're not an orphan, you're a daughter. Okay, you're not a slave, you're a daughter. And you start believing all this, you want everything around you to represent that. And everything starts changing in you. And so it all starts with knowing all of this and speaking it and saying it. And I want you to start doing it. And here, I'm going to challenge you too. Here's an action step. Every day you get in that Facebook Messenger and say, I spoke my 5 things. And in your declarations, you do them. If you get attacked, that's when you need to do it the most. When you feel the least like you want to do it and you're feeling fat and ugly, that's when you have to do it the most.
Okay.
When you're feeling so okay, because I can have that all or nothing personality. That's that's why my house could get messy. It's like it's either going to be clean or it's going to be a mess. Like I don't know if you that resonates with you, but I can be
Yes.
like that. Yes, so I
Mm-hmm.
can have that personality, and so I don't know. I love where I'm at now, but I know where you are because I've been there and I know those thoughts, and I still get attacked with them. Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean they're not there, but it's what I do with them, and I don't allow the enemy to do that to me.
Right.
And
Definitely.
because he's scared of us, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're gonna do this, and I want you to tell me every day what you're doing.
Okay.
Use that as a, tell me your breathing homework. Tell me your, the wrapping how you did. I want to know if you're feeling the ab workout and your 5 things. And you don't have to just do it 5 things, but at least get those 5 things that are like your 5 fabulous goals that you want to hit. If
Okay.
it's organization in your house, your diastasis, maybe it's marriage, maybe it's, I don't know, health, even losing weight. You can be diastasis can be separate than losing weight. It's,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, whatever it is. And then, I can send some of these to you, like I said.
Okay.
Yeah, these are really good. And so that's your action steps.
Okay.
Okay, so now I want to see your alignment.
Okay.
And if the picture's flashing, don't let me see very well. I'll let you know and you can
Okay.
grab your phone.
So let me see. I'm assuming you can, because I can see you on a bigger screen, and on me, I can see this big. So I'm assuming we're gonna see if this works where I'm at.
Oh, I see you
Don't worry.
perfectly.
Okay. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
So
well, wait, no. Okay, so you're going to want to angle it down a little bit if you can. And then that way, because I got to see your pelvic floor. And do you have anywhere where it's darker? Because you're
yeah, let
white
me
on
see if
white.
it. Yeah, and no.
Yeah, that's, okay, now scoot all the way to the wall.
Oh, hold on. I gotta move my trash basket. Let me go this way.
Okay, now turn to the side. Okay, now when do you feel tucked or do you feel untucked right now? And is
Um.
the weight in your heels?
Yes.
Okay. How do you feel?
I feel like.
Can you untuck just a little bit? There you go.
And
How's
see,
that
that's
feel?
what I do a lot. I feel like and so I find myself doing that a lot, like that.
Yeah, that's right there. That was better right there.
Okay.
How does that feel?
It feels good.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, and you don't want to untuck so much where it causes pain in your lower back.
Right.
But definitely you were looking a little tucked for a minute. That looks better.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
because I don't think I stand like my butt way out. But I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm so used to like sucking everything in this way that
Yeah.
that's why I stand like that. And
Yeah.
so I know I try to always think, okay, out a little bit.
Because that's important. Okay. So if you do it, can you breathe with your diaphragm right there?
Okay, I'm assuming this is, I don't know. And I don't know if you can see anything.
Well, I'm just telling, okay, since you're standing in correct alignment right now, can you feel your diaphragm go down to your pelvic floor? Can you not feel that?
I can feel it rising like right here.
Okay, so you want to make sure that it's just right at your rib cage and you have a gentle belly rise.
Okay.
So you want to, like you could fill up your rib cage right here.
Okay.
So I fill mine up.
Feel it like opening a little bit and closing a little bit. So not a lot, but just like small.
Okay, and can you feel it more if you're laying down though, so you don't fight against gravity?
Yes.
Okay, so you're just going to get stronger with that as you do it. Now,
Okay.
did you tell me you are having issues with the squatting?
The squatting, no. I think I'm okay with this. So I have this big couch thing in my.
Okay.
So I'm in this like little corner of my room because that's where my thing was. Okay.
Okay,
So,
can you like lean it down more so I can see your knees when you squat?
See, there's some.
Okay.
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 Can you see?
Are your knees going over your toes right then?
Hold on, let me try. I'm gonna have to move. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I gotta move to another spot.
Don't worry about messes because I told you I've been there. I'm all or nothing.
Okay, that's probably better anyways.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So here's my toes. Is it going over? No.
Okay. So when you do that,
like almost right up.
and where are you feeling that at? Are you feeling it in your booty or your
Right
quads?
here.
Okay. So what I want you to do then, because I want you to, are you feeling it in your butt at all?
Right here a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so you are feeling it. Okay,
Yes.
so do that again and maybe not go down as far. And touch your butt with your hands when you go down. And
Okay.
then come up because sometimes just touching it helps you activate it more. If it doesn't, let me know because we'll do something else.
A little bit.
Okay. You can also, if you're having an issue with ever feeling it in your butt, do you wear heels very often or no?
No.
Okay, so that's not you. Okay, so you can do butt bridges and it will actually activate your glutes, and then you can stand up and do a squat and you may feel it more.
Okay.
So just make sure, or you may separate your feet a little bit and see, readjust them, put them closer together, take them out further apart, and see if that helps because adjusting those feet can help.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I feel that more.
Okay.
If my feet are wider, because I think my feet were closer.
Okay.
If I go in a wider squat,
Mm-hmm.
that's better.
Okay.
And I can feel it here and I can feel it here.
So your main thing when you're going to be with those kids is just remember, keep that weight in the heels so you're not leaning, forward with your legs.
Right.
And then keeping that untucked. So you're going to find yourself adjusting a lot because that's not normal.
Right. And I do. When I'm standing, I'm always thinking, okay, wait, I'm in too much, so I got to move it back out a little bit.
So and then just practice breathing with your diaphragm throughout the day, every day. And and if you pick up kids, do you pick up kids?
No.
Okay. All right. So, if you pick up anything, you can blow out. Before you pick up anything, blow out, lift your pelvic floor, engage your TVA, always. Because that's what your body needs to be doing automatically by itself. Okay. So the breathing homework and then the working out and learning how to, when you come up from your squat, you blow out, engage, lift your pelvic floor, engage your TVA. Okay. So you got to train that pelvic floor to do the right thing. Do you know if your pelvic floor is loose or tight? Did you ever?
I mean, I don't really have anything with leakage.
Okay. So do you can you lift and lower your pelvic floor just fine? Can you feel that right now? Mm-hmm. Is it easier to lift or lower, or is it both just fine?
I think right now it's about both. But I think before I started doing the breathing and stuff, it was harder for me to lift. Okay. Because I remember even the first time that I talked to you and you said, "Can you do that?" And I was like,
Yeah.
I had to really think about it, and it was really hard. And so now, like I said, when I was in the dentistry, I was like, "Oh, you try okay, this is, I'm like, oh, she's probably thinking because I kept breathing out of my mouth, but it's fine."
Yeah, no. And also, I read something somewhere else. You can also, instead of putting your lips together, I do or, through a straw. But then I read an article that said maybe even learning how to blow like you're blowing out a candle can actually help maybe engage those muscles for some people. So pretend like you're blowing out a candle and see if you can feel those muscles better. It's going to be different for everybody, but it's worth a try.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so give those a try. Okay, so I'm not going to call it homework. I'm going to call these action steps.
Yes.
Because you're going to take action. right?
Right.
Yeah, so this is what you're going to do. All
Okay.
right, so you've got them all written down, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to hear from you in the morning, right?
Yes. Yes. You
Okay.
will hear from me in the morning. Yes. And I
Okay,
will do that. Here, hold on. I got to reach across because I changed spots. Okay. I got my notes. So writing the 5 things and being specific with emotion in the present tense and personal. So those are declarations, and thanking God for those and speaking those in the morning and the evening, and thinking of in terms of long term rather than short term. All the changes have to be from the inside out, because if it doesn't, it's not going to stick.
right.
Messenger, writing you and saying that I've said my 5 things and checking in to let you know that I've done my breathing, or if I've had a workout or any of those things, to check in daily.
Yes, and just try not to skip the breathing and the wrapping. And
because those are the most important ones.
Yeah, because when I started, that's all we did. I mean, it's all goes together. But a lot of people want to just do the workouts, but you can't skip the breathing and the wrapping and the alignment. You just can't. Everything else builds on that. That's your foundation. Everything else is extra.
Right. Definitely. Okay. Got it.
All right. You can do this. I know you have faith. I've heard it in you. So, yeah. And if you feel like you're having a bad day, message me and I'll get on there and say, I don't think so.
Okay.
That's what I'm here for. Okay.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you very much.
You're welcome. All right. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.